Case intake note. Recovered from the first archive pass. The first frame catches a witness stepping away from the family court recorder while everyone else waits for the test to start. Dust shifts across the table before the door opens. Someone laughs once, too quietly, then asks to leave without looking away. The first question is not what happened, it is why the family court recorder evidence already knows the witness. The safe explanation is radio bleed from another room. For almost 1 minute, that explanation works. Then the witness transcript quotes a sentence nobody has spoken yet, and the room stops feeling like a place people can leave. The cost is small enough to deny and personal enough to ruin them. A staffer pockets the key, then cannot remember which door it opens. The archive can keep its labels. The story belongs to the person who realizes the family court recorder evidence has started answering them personally. The air has the flat, wet smell of a room after power has been off too long. The next contradiction is not bigger, it is closer. The room remembers the witness before the witness enters. Now the witness has to decide whether the evidence is a warning, a lure, or a rehearsal. The recorder is not only evidence, it is a rehearsal for the memory the room will take next. The opening no longer looks like the first scene, it looks like the moment the room chose who would remember it. The last note names another witness who reacts before seeing what changed. The final tag is signed in handwriting the witness has not learned yet. The file ends because the archive runs out of procedure, not because the witness runs out of fear. A small detail turns personal when the recorder answers back. Every explanation asks one person to give up a piece of what they remember. The second witness is listed as present tomorrow. A rational explanation almost survives. Battery failure. Then the evidence stops matching itself and starts matching the witness, and someone in the room has to abandon the safest answer, before log stops being information and starts sounding like a demand. The recording ends with the table waiting for another hand. The private post arrives quietly. The witness realizes the room knows which lie they were about to tell. Solving the case matters less than what the witness has to give up. A small object from the opening returns with a changed consequence. The clean recording keeps the damage and loses the voice. The witness understands why the room noticed them first. A reflection arrives half a second before the person casting it. The witness notices the pattern too late. The first person in the room forgets a name they had just written down. When the recorder returns, the room has learned the witness's next move. The last sound is a voice practicing the witness's answer. The room pressures the witness before anyone understands what noticed them first. The choice lands before the mechanism becomes clear. The evidence returns only after it has changed a person, a memory, or a private lie. Each added detail makes the witness less certain they arrived after the event began. A witness looks for permission to laugh, then realizes nobody else heard the same thing. Someone keeps one hand in their pocket because touching the evidence now feels like answering it. The lights stay ordinary, which makes the contradiction worse. The corrected copy changes first. Nobody can blame spectacle for what changed. The file tries to stay procedural, but the danger is not death. It is being edited out of your own account. That is where the horror leaves the object and enters the room. The witness changes their story after touching nothing. The timestamp clicks forward in a room where every clock has been unplugged. That is the moment the evidence becomes intimate. The final ordinary sound is not a scream. It is the already archived repeated once, after everyone agrees the room is empty. The evidence waits in plain view while the witness invents reasons not to look at it. Someone has to choose whether to trust their memory or the object in front of them. The room narrows around the witness. The witness repeats the wrong date and starts crying before they understand why. A private memory becomes physical evidence in front of strangers. The room gives the witness one more chance to deny it. Then the recorder answers with the detail they were hiding. What hurts is how ordinary the evidence remains. The recording catches a breath that does not belong to anyone on the log. The witness understands that touching it would feel like agreement. The file can call it a discrepancy, but the witness has already changed. The danger is not death, it is being edited out of your own account. By the final pass, the evidence is not louder, it is closer. Stay with the witness after the obvious explanation fails. The nearest person steps back like the evidence has recognized them. The room does not become louder, it becomes more personal. A witness misreading the tag fails because the second playback removes the safest explanation. One more practical detail changes what the witness can trust. The evidence stays ordinary enough to touch, and that is why touching it feels like answering. The next proof belongs to a person, not a file. The horror keeps shrinking until it fits inside one remembered detail. A second silence arrives after the room should be safe. Radio bleed from another room almost explains it. Then the room goes quiet only after someone says the wrong name. Keep the camera on the person who tries not to react. The recorder makes the room feel chosen instead of observed. But it cannot seal what the witness remembers next. The safest explanation breaks in a human place. A hand stops, a name disappears, and the recorder waits in plain view. No one in the locked evidence room where the first witness sees the object says the fear out loud. Battery failure still sounds useful, until the witness transcript quotes a sentence nobody has spoken yet. The room gives the witness one more chance to deny it. The evidence is sealed, but the seal is warm. The witness lowers their hand before anyone tells them what the evidence is. The second playback removes the safest explanation. Stay with the witness after the obvious explanation fails. A light flickers once, then holds steady as if someone has warned it. Battery failure fails because the witness transcript quotes a sentence nobody has spoken yet. The room goes quiet only after someone says the wrong name. The evidence stops matching itself and starts matching the witness. A second silence arrives after the room should be safe. A witness misreading the tag almost explains it. Then the second witness is listed as present tomorrow. The room remembers the witness before the witness enters. Stay with the witness after the obvious explanation fails. The recorder stays ordinary enough to touch, and that is why touching it feels like answering. The clean recording keeps the damage and loses the voice. A second silence arrives after the room should be safe. No one in the locked evidence room where the first witness sees the evidence says the fear out loud. The evidence stops matching itself and starts matching the witness.